So in this video, we're going to be discussing very quickly 4 things we learned from the Arsenal versus Spurs fixture. By the way, Arsenal just absolutely demolished Tottenham, defeating them 4-1. And we're going to be going very quickly over 4 things we've learned in this game. So stick around to the end and let's jump right into it. The first one is that Hincapié, the guy who stepped in to replace Gabriel Magalhaes. I'm sure everybody, pundits, everyone was curious to know what Mikel Arteta was going to do once we heard about the injury to Gabriel Magalhaes. In fact, lots of rival fans were probably thinking this is the beginning of the end for Arsenal. Losing Gabriel Magalhaes, their set piece king, who has gotten, I think, 18 goals, from set pieces. Yeah. And, what a blow it has been. His partnership with Saliba, has been phenomenal, arguably one of the best in the world at the moment. And with his injury coming at the international break, people started to think, maybe this is the beginning of the end for Arsenal, or the beginning of the start of the spiral, losing momentum in the Premier League title chase. But look at what Hincapié has done, stepped in brilliantly. The fact that nobody's even saying anything about him suggests how good the game was. His ratings were, I think, the only person who had a higher rating than him was Eberechi Eze, in the game against Spurs. So he was fantastic. His performance overall was awesome. And what that tells us is that the problem in centre-back that Arsenal have always, worrying about, if Saliba initially with Saliba be injured, we saw how Mosquera was able to step in, no gaps. Now Gabriel has a very competent replacement. That tells us that Arsenal are built to win. And that is really awesome. And it speaks about Arsenal's ability to go all the way. The second thing we've learned is that Odegaard might not be able to walk right back into the team once he comes back from injury. And think about it. The Arsenal of previous seasons have always been Arsenal teams that fall apart once key players like Bukayo Saka and Odegaard, get injured. But now, even Odegaard himself might not be able to walk right into the team. Look at Eze's performance. Come on, look at that. It's fantastic in every ramification. First hat-trick, for him as a person. And look at what a time to have that hat-trick. He's been trying, people talk about how he took him time to bed into the team. And of course, why not? He's been somebody who has been used on the left sometimes, used in and around the place. But now it looks like he has finally cemented his position as a 10 for Arsenal. And from somebody who has just scored a hat-trick, I'm not sure Mikel Arteta will want to, take him to sit him on the bench or do anything else with him aside, letting him continue to grow in that capacity at Arsenal. So that's the second thing we've learned from this game, that Eberechi Eze is likely going to stick a claim to own that number 10 shirt longer than most people must have imagined. So Odegaard, I'm sure everybody will be happy to welcome him back to the team, but it might not be as easy as it looked a week or 2 ago. So that's the second thing. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And let's continue. Let's jump into the next one. Now, number 3. Let's talk about Trossard for a second. Leandro Trossard. Every time we get into a new game, say Arsenal want to, start a new match, the first thing everybody talks about is who is playing on the left. That has always been a major talking point for every Arsenal game. Nobody complains about the centre-back. We know who is going to start. We know it's David Raya in goal. We know it's going to be Saliba and Gabriel. We know it's Timber if he's fit. We know it's Calafiori. We can almost practically pick, the team picks itself every time. The only time we have a conversation is on the left flank. The question is always, who is going to start on the left? Is it going to be Trossard? Is it going to be Martinelli? Is it going to be Eze? And that is always the conversation we have. Nobody questions if Gyökeres is going to start as centre forward. Nobody questions Saka starting on the right. It's always who starts on the left. But what this game has shown us right now is that Leandro Trossard is the man. This game we just saw suggests very clearly that he has owned that spot right now. Martinelli is also a very impactful player when he comes from the bench, but he's not right now going into the game in the Champions League, the game against Chelsea. I'm not sure anybody's going to want to have that question or conversation about who starts on the left. It's going to be very, very clear that Leandro Trossard is the man. And congratulations to him. He's an impact player. The last time we came up against Spurs, he scored a goal. Again, he has shown that he's capable and competent. And he's that guy that will bring up a great moment when needed. So that's the third one. And then the fourth thing we learned in this game is how almost impossible it is to stop Arsenal this season. Arsenal are unstoppable this season. And if you look back at previous seasons, what has stopped Arsenal in the past has been injuries and injuries and injuries. And with the kind of squad that, you know, Andre Beta and Mikel Arteta have built, with the injury to Gabriel, my thoughts were, this is as bad as it can get. Almost every single player on the Arsenal team has been injured at some point, apart from, I think, Declan Rice and maybe Zubimendi. Almost every other player has been injured. We've seen injuries to short-term to Calafiori. We've seen injuries to Gabriel and Saliba. We've seen injuries to, okay, Timber has been fit for the most part. We've seen injuries to Saka this season, Gyökeres, you know, Madueke and the rest of them. But the fact that there is practically no player that will get injured at this point, and it will mean doom for Arsenal, is very scary prospect. So going into the Champions League game against Bayern Munich and the Chelsea game coming up over the weekend, it's going to be Arsenal getting better and better, because what will end up happening is that some of the players are still on the treatment table, like Gyökeres and Jesus might be coming back in contention for a starting spot. I mean, if you can beat Tottenham with Mikel Merino as a centre forward, then it just goes to, you can imagine all that is possible when the full squad is in place. So let me know your thoughts in the comments about all of this. Is there anybody who can stop Arsenal right now? I don't even know if any team can stop Arsenal right now. We know that there's still the Manchester Cities of this world. Chelsea are starting to look like they're strong. And I don't know where Liverpool are right now, but I don't reckon that they will be a major threat to Arsenal in this current title chase. So don't forget to leave a like on the video, comment, let us know your thoughts, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm out.